Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners. I'm with Bob Iacino. So what's going on in Bitcoin Cash? Bitcoin Cash ran up, hit our next 1031 level, pulled back multiple times, rotation zone. Had trouble with that, then poked through to the next cluster area, this 1379 area. Now it's pulling back, closed right on the bottom of the rotation zone and the flat 50 and holding, but this did break a trend line and we got divergences coming in. You see it made higher highs in price action and started making lower highs in the RSI. So we're looking for a bigger pullback now. Let me just pull off some of these levels so we can clearly see what is going on. So now did a GAN box from the highs to the most recent lows before this little pause. And we get a minor cluster at this 1176 with an old GAN level. Major cluster coming in at 1150. So that's the first level we'll be watching if this continues to pull back. Again, we're being very patient because of this divergence. We'd rather see a bigger pullback than a good key reversal pattern than trying to chase this at this point. If it does not hold at this 1150, the next area we'll be watching is 1071, and then the major pullback level is 993, really 1000 because we'd round that up. But what we don't want to see again is the close beyond that. But we could use a healthier pullback, especially to this 1150 level, and then see a rotation back up. What we can watch for then is a return to the 1265 on the first level, and then clicked on the wrong one. Then we can watch for a return to the 1306 level. You see here, this is a retracement level, but it's going to be resistance as they rotate between the levels going back up. And you see it was a nice, very nice shelf before. So this was major resistance, broke out. Support didn't even hold there. Now that's going to become resistance again. Let's check in on the daily chart. Daily chart again, need to expand it so everybody can see it. Daily chart got up just shy of the 21. Now we're getting seeing the bigger pullback. So this is really nice right now, trading at the 8, by the way, also. So then if we do close below that, that's why we'll be watching also for a bigger pullback. So again, into the rotation zone. At any point, this could rotate back down, and that's what it's doing now. That's why we're going to watch for those support levels. But it's still, we're neutral to slightly bullish mode unless it keeps breaking, and then we'll go back into bearish mode if it can't hold at any of these levels. But just because it stops at a level, we're not looking to buy. We're then looking for a reversal pattern at those key levels that I mentioned. Switching over Bitcoin Gold. Bitcoin Gold cleaned up these levels a bit, but you see it stopped this 125 level, poked above it, then stopped. Next level, poked, closed again on it, then spiked through to our last level, 129. So we're pulling these off now because they are done. Couldn't hold the bottom of the rotation zone so far. Also broke a trend line, and the 8 and 50 are hooking over. So we're going to watch for the bigger pullback on this one too, and I'll just put up the levels live. So again, on this one, this is the better area to, actually this one is the better area to do the nice little, you get the pause there, green candle, and it was lower than this one, and now we have another red candle at the time of this recording, which gives us a really nice cluster level at this 37.5 retracement level from the highs, 108. Then if we break down from there, 106 will be the next key area we are watching. Now, if we continue to get the bigger pullback, 101, which I'm expecting us to get a slightly bigger pullback than this. 101 is a prior resistance. So this is a breakout zone, now becoming support. So that's going to be very key support. And the major level we don't want to see the pullback beyond is this cluster down here, about 94. We don't want to see a close below that, else, this couldn't sustain a recovery, ran up to the rotation zone, couldn't hold the first cross of the 4-hour rotation zone, and then collapsed back down. But let's check it out on the daily to see where this is. Let me expand this again. All right, so into the rotation zone, now back below the 8. You see the 8 was up around this 116 area. You see where these other areas fall. So let's just watch for that bigger pullback and then see if we get like a divergence setup or a double bottom setup. and we can pick up some. But again, we're being very patient on Bitcoin Gold. Finally, over to Bitcoin. As you see, in case you haven't watched the videos, we had a potential double bottom a potential double top that then went higher. So that invalidated these levels. That's why it's a potential until it closes below that level I meet. You have to wait for these to either trade or close below. We wait for the close below unless we have a strong momentum move. Then it went up right through the next major clusters, 8,800, stopping at this 89.27, then poking up. We were talking about essentially this 9,100 level. What did it get up to? It got up to 9,074. We were at 9,095. Pulled back beyond the 0.125 level. So we're watching for the next major pullback, which is a cluster right here at 83.22. With also the bottom rotation zone. Pause for a bit. Now going back down, also breaking another trend line. Let me take off these levels for the time being. And let's see what we're looking for on this one. We can also go to the green pausing candle. So this one already came down essentially to 81.16 level. Then we're going to watch for pretty much the 8,000 level, which is this prior key support. Look at this GAN level lining up with the prior key support right here. I'll mark that off so everybody can see what I am talking about. So this is a good level to watch for a retracement just in front of the 37.5 retracement. If we can't hold here and get a reversal pattern, the next major level we'll be watching for, we have a cluster right here, the 75.50 area. See this cluster, two different GAN levels lining up. That's the next major, and it was prior support right in here. So that's the next major level we'll be watching for a reversal pattern. And if that doesn't hold, then the 71.53 area. And we don't want to see a close below that because that would invalidate this up move and say, okay, this was just a corrective up move, and now we're then going to watch for much lower prices again. So that's what we are watching for. If you want some higher prices on this too, we can come up and looking at this last swing, which is also the defining point on the trend line. If you don't know what the trend line is or how we do them, check out our video. It's under our technical tools section. So minor level 92.43, major level 94.12. Now, if we do move back up, you can also from the low here to the high back on the 9th, you can then do a reverse GAN box. So you could, I'll just show you what this level is not valid yet because we have to rotate back up. But we're pretending, so we go from that low to that high, and we then look for our clusters. So that's what you'll be able to do once we then rotate back up off these key levels. And if we proceed to new highs, that's how you'll find those prices. Now, on a move back up, you're going to get some resistance right around this 86.90. It was the first support fib level, but it was also resistance. You see here, resistance right below that area. So that's going to be key resistance. Then we just watch for it to return to highs if we do get a rotation back up. Otherwise, you're just going to wait and watch for the bottoming pattern. Let's check it out on the daily chart. Daily chart, let's see how this looks. Expanding it. So, getting a nice pullback here. Now, this is very interesting. Here's the 200-day simple moving average. The only one we use for simple is the 200-day because we don't want direct to more recent price action. The exponential more heavily weights more recent price action, whereas the simple just weights it all equally, and that's coming in right at this essentially 8,000 level. The one we drew here and the bottom of that GAN projection. So that's going to be possibly very key support. And then if it does rotate back up and go to new highs, that's still with this 94.12 is still within the rotation zone declining. So watch for that. It's also near this old candle's prior highs. That's what we have for you on the Bitcoin series. Once we see something else that's actually tradable, then we will post another video. We're just sitting on our hands waiting for this pullback to unfold. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Bye for now.